All right, y'all. How are you feeling? I can hear y'all. Please help me welcome Director Paul Feig, Anna Kendrick, Bashir Salahuddin, Andrew Reynolds, Alex Newell, Elizabeth Perkins, Michaela Morales, and Laura Fisher. Can I have all of y'all step forward and stand on a straight line so we can look really good in the light?
Wait, Barnett and Taylor, where are you guys? You should be up here too. Where are you? Get up here. Come on. Thanks everybody, so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Okay, so in the beginning we discussed about, you brought up how this was the first people you come to direct, and for us, I know people are always, dubious, and we were like, look, we wouldn't be playing this movie, it wasn't amazing. What made you want to revisit these characters, and how did you decide they should get glamorous and capri?
Well, I mean, these characters are so much fun. I've always shied away from doing a sequel, because I think they're really terrifying, and I don't see many things that I like. But I love these characters so much, and it just felt like they had something to revisit. And then the first Civil Favor was really finding a bigger audience all the time on streaming, and it just felt like maybe people want to see that. But then there's a lot of pressure to kind of come up with the right story. And I'd always been obsessed with this wedding in Capri. Giovanna Battaglia, who's the Vogue editor, editor for Vogue out of Paris or whatever, got married there to some really rich guy. And so actually where they got married at that point, that's exactly, I just recreated that from that wedding. It's so awesome. So if you want to get married there, it will cost a fortune to put that scaffolding up. And it just, it was really about getting together with these two again, and just so much fun, and then getting the rest of the cast back together, and whoever wasn't dead could come back. Oh, and Josh Sateen is here too, who plays Miles.
Not dead yet?
Not dead, well, that's how we do it.
Sounds like another sequel. Anna, can you talk a little bit about what it was like to get back into the iconic Stephanie's, shoes?
Sure. I mean, well, I remember early on asking our costume designer Renee, Stephanie is, as the kids say, addicted to not serving. So I was like, can I just be not very well dressed but comfortable? So I was really excited to play Stephanie, but in sneakers. That was exciting.
I love that. And Blake, tell us about getting back into the legendary mindset of Emily.
Well, I love this character so much. It's probably my favorite character I've ever been fortunate enough to play. And so when Paul asked us to come back, I was so excited, and I was really nervous on the first one because we didn't know if we were making a drama or a comedy. And when we asked Paul, he said yes, which is not really an answer to the question. But it worked out, so I was like, okay, no nerves, I know what I'm doing this time. And then right before we started shooting, he said, I have a little bit of a curveball idea, which I'm not gonna say what it was because, we don't want to give away anything, but it definitely, upped the ante. It was very uncomfortable to watch in the theater with people. First time exposure, so thank you. So yeah, it was fun, it's always fun. Yeah, getting to work with Anna again, obviously, in this incredible group of people, it's amazing.
Can I take one moment to say something very obvious? Everybody, please don't put out any spoilers whatsoever. There's a lot of twists and turns in this, so I beg of you. I know you.
Wait, I'm just going to tell the ending real quick, though. While you're...
God. Thanks.
Anna, let's talk a little more about Stephanie. She's obviously, had lived a whole life and solved a lot of cases since the end of the first film, but it's obvious that she's still obsessed with Emily. So what do you think is like compelling her to take the risk and
Girl, I wish I knew. I'm like, Stephanie, stand the fuck up, dude. Like, it is crazy. I'm like, this is your tormentor. Stab her in the neck. Bro, grow a pair. So, like, I don't know. I think, like, on this one, I was like, okay, if I'm going with her on, into certain peril, I was like, okay, I think maybe I start out just not taking any of it that seriously. Like, there is kind of this, I remember I had just rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and like that Robert Downey kind of like, yeah, there's murder and mayhem, but I'm fine. And then it's really hard to talk about without saying anything. When some shit goes down with my boy, then I'm like, oh, like things are actually dark and scary, I guess. Sorry,
You can say it like, just in the movie,
Well, but, I'm trying not to say it on camera.
Oh, shoot.
There's this thing called the internet.
Oh, well, I did say no spoilers, I was talking to myself, exactly.
Good reminder for all of us. Okay, so in that spirit, Blake, maybe can you talk a little bit about what it was like to shoot in Capri in Rome?
Oh, sorry. I was
No, it's okay. Are y'all telling more spoilers? I want to talk about it after.
So what happens in the third one? No, I'm joking. Capri in Rome. Honestly, so Paul, we really wanted to make this second movie, and I was like, Paul, he wanted to shoot in Capri, and I was like, that sounds amazing. It's very expensive, and let's just, shoot in Connecticut. That's where the first one took place. I didn't understand why I needed to be Capri, and now I want to live there. I love it so much. They serve you ice cream and lemons, and like it's just magical. They sell hats. That crazy, beautiful hat was just a hat in a store. Like humans buy that. It's amazing.
The Blake thing was, I just found this hat, and pulls out this landing pad of a hat.
It's a roof.
It's
You
in.
need it. It's like, yes.
It's in.
So anyway, it's just like it's pretty magical. So yeah, it was really nice. And Rome was really Rome.
I really love that you just found that hat. Because that's definitely not in our office. Everyone kept saying, "You gotta wear that hat. Where does that hat come from?"
It's
Apparently, everyone there.
Short called Fiore if you're in Copper.
Okay, Henry. Obviously, Sean's like already in a little bit of a rough place at the beginning of this story, and certainly things happen, and it gets a little outrageous. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie, which actually sounds kind of bad. I'm sorry. So, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like playing him this time around?
Yeah, this it was a joy to sort of come back and, of course, being with girls and Paul. And before the sort of production started, me and Paul went out for lunch and stuff, and I had a very limited time to be able to be with the gang. So I was like, dude, we need to make him a complete asshole. We need to have an outrageous death with blood and poop. And he was like, I can do the blood, but maybe not the poop.
You wanted to show his pants, basically, exactly.
I fought for it, but no, you know what? It's amazing to see sort of everybody that we sort of filmed with 5-6 years ago. And we've all grown, and we've all sort of seen our careers blossom, and it's just awesome to come back to a character that you're so familiar with, but for me personally, changing him and making him a dick.
Oh well, maybe.
He was always a dick.
Alex and McKelly, y'all are the new kids on the block. You right? Definitely love having y'all join the crew. Can you talk a little bit about what the experience was like actually, getting into this glamorous world and also very outlandish, as Sean said?
I apologize for my English. I'm Italian. It's not my fault, but it was great. Being part of this cast full of great artists and great actors. I felt so good, and plus I got to work with Paul. Paul Feig is one of the most incredible gentlemen I've ever met in my life. I got to Italy, which is my home. And when they called me for this project, I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like, but you know, you have to play again. You know, this sexy motherfucker is like, oh. But then Paul told me, you know, this guy has a secret. What's the secret?